Most people think eating healthy means salads, protein bars, and cutting out everything fun. But after coaching 239 clients, I can tell you that is exactly why you're stuck. My name is Omega, and today I'm breaking down why healthy eating isn't what you think, and how aligning with your body's natural rhythm can create real results. Like me, you've probably been told your entire life, if you want to lose fat, eat salads, buy protein bars, cut carbs, and eat less. But after coaching hundreds of people, I can without a doubt tell you that advice is one of the biggest reasons people stay unhappy with their bodies for most of their adult life. And the people struggling the most are usually the ones trying the hardest to eat healthy. They're exhausted, craving food all night, and staring at the scale wondering, how am I gaining weight when I barely eat? And what I've learned completely changed how I coach fat loss. You don't have a discipline problem, you have a system problem. I started to notice a pattern. The clients eating the healthiest were often the most anxious around food. They'd skip breakfast, live off caffeine, eat tiny lunches, then lose control at night. And the crazy part? They thought they were doing everything right. But your body doesn't care what Instagram calls healthy. It responds to energy, to timing, to stress, to recovery, and most importantly, to muscle, not just calories. Here's something most people never hear. Your metabolism isn't the same all day. Early calorie intake improves glucose control and fat oxidation, which is just a fancy word for fat burning. So when you skip breakfast and eat most of your calories at night, you're basically forcing your body to run backwards. That's like trying to fuel a long road trip by pouring all the gas into the car after you've already returned home and parked it in the garage. No wonder you feel terrible. I had a client who came to me drinking protein shakes twice a day, doing cardio constantly, salads in between meetings, and he still couldn't lose that soft stomach that would droop over the belt. He thought he needed to cut calories even harder. But when we looked closer, he wasn't under-disciplined, he was underfed. So we did something that sounded completely backwards. We increased the food, we moved more calories earlier in the day, we focused on muscle instead of starvation, and within literal weeks, his cravings dropped, his sleep completely improved, and his body finally started responding. But this is where most people mess up. They think fat loss is about eating less, when really, it's about teaching your body to use energy correctly. This is where my 3-2-1 eating method comes into play. This is a super simple structure that'll help turn your body around completely. Get 30% of your daily caloric intake at breakfast and another 30% at lunch. That's the 3. Get 20% of your daily caloric intake at dinner. That's the 2. And get the remaining 20% of your daily caloric intake between 2 snacks, one between breakfast and lunch, another between lunch and dinner. That's the 1, 10% for both snacks. That's it. No starvation, no weird detox teas, and no surviving off protein bars. And here's the reason this works. This aligns your body with its circadian rhythm. And circadian alignment improves metabolic health and energy regulation. You see, your body expects fuel earlier, not all at 9:30 at night when you're watching Netflix. My favorite analogy I like to use is when we think about traffic lights. We've all been sitting at a light before, waiting for it to turn. And when it's timed correctly, traffic tends to flow very neatly and very easily. But when a bad storm happens and the traffic lights aren't working the way they're supposed to, what do we typically see? Everything is backed up, sometimes for miles. That's exactly what happens in your body. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. Something even bigger that I've learned from working with 239 clients is that muscle changes everything. Muscle has significantly higher metabolic demand than anything else in your body, which means it burns more calories around the clock than anything else that you can do. This is exactly why I stopped obsessing over the scale, and you should too. Because the scale can go down while your muscle mass diminishes and your metabolism crashes with it. But when clients built muscle and got stronger, everything changed. Energy, confidence, sleep, and body composition. Now here is the secret sauce to workout design. Nobody talks about this. The true secret to building muscle, to leaning out, to getting visible abs has nothing to do with just lifting. Yes, building muscle is super effective for increasing your metabolic rate, but you want to lose fat right now. It can take anywhere from 3 weeks to months to build significant muscle mass for it to actually start burning fat for you. So how do we burn fat within a week or 2 weeks? It's something called EPOC, excess post-oxygen consumption. You see, I discovered when we combine heavy weightlifting and HIIT training in the form of circuits, it increases the exertion put on our heart and our muscles so much so that we're left burning calories hours, sometimes even a day after we've finished our workout session. I'm sure you can see the compounding effect of how this works. We train multiple times a week. We have EPOC every single day. Now we're constantly burning fat around the clock. EPOC plus muscle gain equals fat burning 24/7. You will never have to worry about the weight scale or fitting the clothes that you want to wear ever again. Combining weightlifting and HIIT circuits increase what we call the rate of perceived exertion, or RPE, to a level 7 all the way up to a 10. This ensures your workouts are always intense enough to create adaptation in your body. Because remember, our bodies change because they need to, not because we want them to. Now, I don't have the time in this video to break down exactly how your training should look and how the structure should be. If you'd like me to make a video specifically about that, please drop the word muscle in the comments and I'll make that just for you. Now, what happens when we apply this? Well, I had one client, a mom of 2, who couldn't lose the extra 20 to 30 pounds that she gained from her pregnancy. She carried it for 2+ years. I implemented this training regimen with her, and she lost so much weight that her family thought she was on Ozempic. In 90 days, she lost over 38 pounds without chasing the scale. We focused on strength and balance, not punishment. And if you do the same, you can get unbelievable results just like this. So, what does healthy actually look like? It's not surviving on rabbit food. It's not eating like a bird all day. Healthy means better sleep, stable energy, less cravings, more strength, better recovery, better mood, and better hormones. Your body should feel powerful, not fragile. So, after coaching 239 clients, I learned that most people don't need restriction. They need structure, better timing, better recovery, and more muscle. Because when your body finally feels safe and it's out of survival mode, it stops fighting and fat loss becomes automatic. If this changed how you think about fat loss, make sure to hit that subscribe button. And if you want help applying this, I put some resources below that'll help you get started. I'll see you on the next video. Peace.